if you want to build wealth, and we know that you do, there is one thing that you absolutely have to be doing, and it's... Hi, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Tasha with One Big Happy Life, where we help you find balance, build wealth, and live happy. Everything that you need to create the life that you want.
Before we get into today's video, I wanted to invite you to our brand new Money Masterclass, the 4 essential keys to creating your financial dream life.
So in the masterclass, we are going to be sharing all kinds of awesome strategies to help you pay off debt and build wealth faster while also living a life that you actually enjoy. So you don't want to miss it. Head on over to onebighappylife.com/masterclass to grab your spot.
Now, this is the last time that we'll be offering this masterclass this year, and we're only going to be having it a couple of times, so you do not want to miss out. Head on over to onebighappylife.com/masterclass and sign up, and then we'll see you next week. Over the past 2 years, we've been doing net worth updates, and hopefully you've been watching along, but if you haven't, go ahead and hit subscribe and you won't miss any more. Now, our nest egg is closing in on $400,000. And the reason that this is so exciting to us is that if we just stop saving at all right now, and assuming an 8% return, our nest egg would grow to over $4 million, and we'd have a comfy retirement.
So it's really exciting and takes a lot of the pressure off to be in a position where, in theory, we could stop saving and still do very well, live very comfortably financially in retirement. Of course, we're not going to stop saving because we do have bigger goals than that. And the more we save now, we can also bump up when we retire. But we also wanted to give you just a quick trip down memory lane when it comes to how we built our nest egg. And so one of the things is, like, we didn't even start saving until we were in our late 20s because we both went to law school. And so Joseph was 25, 26 when he started working, and I was like 29 when I started working. And neither one of us really had any savings when we started our jobs, which back then also we were making just $60,000 a year.
Yeah, and although we kind of knew, hey, we needed to be saving some money, it wasn't that we knew how much we needed to be saving or had any of those financial milestones laid out. And so we just, saved a few hundred every month to start out. Mm-hmm. That was it.
And so we've been able to grow from our nest egg from just a few $100s a month to now a multi-6-figure nest egg that will eventually be a multi-7-figure nest egg just all on its own. And we did it even despite us both going through divorces, despite having moved all over the country, despite having kids in tow, and also while having debt. And there is one strategy, one key reason behind why we've been able to accomplish this despite all of the setbacks that we've had to deal with, and that is that we were consistent.
Building wealth is a long-term goal, and it takes consistent work to reach it. So we have been saving every single month consistently, but not just saving the money, we've also been investing that money. And the reason that distinction is so important is because the investing part of it gives us a better return on the money. So it grows faster, and that's key.
Yeah, if you look at our net worth updates, the amount that our net worth changes from month to month has steadily increased, right? Except, of course, barring market fluctuations when the market is down. But the amount of our money that we are saving every month hasn't changed much in the past 2 years. It's the fact that our nest egg is growing and the interest that we earned before is now also earning interest. So that is the power of compounding. And that's why being consistent with your savings is so incredibly important.
Yeah, a lot of it is just building habits that support however much you need to be saving. And so we definitely did this by increasing how much we were saving whenever we got raises, which brings us to the next thing that's huge. We've been increasing our income over the number of years after law school. And that has been a huge priority to us. One of the reasons we've been moving.
And why that matters, that ties back into consistency. It's like we could have stayed, again, remember, the amount that we're saving hasn't changed in many years, but our income has grown considerably. And so why that helped us stay consistent is that we were able to maintain our minimum savings rate while also being able to have some of the fun things in life that we really wanted. And so it didn't feel like we were sacrificing for the future. It's like, okay, we know that we need to save this money for the future. This is going to be a part of who we are and how we live, hitting this minimum savings rate. But we also want these other things. And so how can we make sure that we're building a budget and a lifestyle that we can stay consistent with? And part of that was, okay, well, let's grow our income so that we can have some of these other things so that we're never even tempted to touch our savings or investments.
Okay, so you now know that consistency is super important with building wealth. But how do you actually get there? How do you build those habits and get the consistency? Well, the first thing is to start being really intentional with your money. So you want to have your goal and make sure that you're tracking your money, knowing whatever is happening with your money, where is it going, and get a handle on it.
And just to be really, really clear here, if you haven't seen the video that we just did on those, how much you should be saving, you should check that out. But it's not enough to just have enough money at the end of the month or to feel like, oh, well, I'm sticking to however much I earn, so I'm good. We really want you to drill down and identify your financial goals and also anticipate expenses that'll come up. Because you might be doing fine now. You have a little bit of money left over at the end of the month. But what happens if you need a car repair? Or what happens if someone loses a job? Do you have those financial resources in place that will help you weather those financial storms, right? All of that is part of being intentional with your money.
Yeah. So the second thing that you want to be doing is make sure that you are living in a sustainable way. And so that means you need to create a plan for your money that you can live with to make sure that it is supporting that long-term goal of building wealth. Like if you're using your 1-year spending plan, this can help you out a lot because, all those emergency funds, anything that you need preparing for over the course of that year, well, you can have all that there to support the longer term mission that you have.
If you look at our older budgeting videos, you can definitely see times when we have lived on a much smaller budget. And yes, we can live on a much smaller budget, but we also don't want to. And I think there's a lot of value in acknowledging what your ideal life actually looks like, and then setting up your financial plan so that you're able to have those things. And again, we always say that you don't have to sacrifice your lifestyle in order to make more money. We've definitely increased our income while maintaining a lot of flexibility in our lives, especially now that I am fully self-employed.
Third, make sure that your financial goals are measurable. This means actually taking the time to define what it is that you actually want. How much wealth do you want? Do you want financial independence? Do you want financial abundance by year 65, by age 65, or by year 50? What does the ideal wealth situation look like to you? And then backtrack it so that you know exactly what milestones you need to be hitting along the way. You have your minimum savings rate, and you can see, am I doing what it takes to get to the life that I actually want to have?
And those measurable goals make it so that you can actually celebrate your milestones, right? So celebrate those wins, but also it gives you a point. It's like whenever you're looking at the money going over into, let's say, your retirement nest egg, your 401k, your SEP IRA, whatever, and you see it, you know what it is for, you know why you're doing it, right? It's not just this vague, arbitrary thing. It's very specific. That is my retirement in like Washington State somewhere where they don't have income tax. I already picked out the house I want. So you know that what you're doing is for a purpose. A fourth way that you can make sure that you are creating consistent financial habits is to be part of an accountability community, which is what we have with Wealth Builders Academy. Because actually declaring your goals to a person out loud, to the world, to the Wealth Builders Academy community, is shown to make it that 65% more likely that you will actually achieve that goal, right? It's sort of like planting your flag and saying, I'm gonna do this. And it just helps you hold yourself accountable. And it's also great to have someone else within that community that can specifically say, hey, you said you were gonna do this. What kind of progress are you making? To just kind of remind you that this was something that you wanted to do and that you want to get back to it, even if you've lost focus a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's been working out really, really well in WBA. We're having challenges and everyone's encouraging each other. So it's been really, really awesome to see, that accountability factor actually playing out where we can see it.
Yeah, so drop us a comment down below and tell us one thing that you are going to do in your life to help you start being more consistent with your financial goals going forward.
And be sure to head on over to OneBigHappyLife/masterclass so you can reserve your seat for the masterclass 4 essential keys to creating your financial dream life.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.